Hi everyone, Aiden here at the etrailer. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the NOCO Genius Pro 50 amp smart battery charger. This is going to convert AC power to DC power and allow you to charge a variety of different 6 volt, 12 volt, and 24 volt batteries. Let's check it out. Now for hooking up, it's really straightforward. You've got 2 battery clamps, red for positive, and black for negative, and then those are embossed onto the clamps, so you can see them really well. And then there's an inline 60 amp fuse here that's going to protect from dangerous overloads. Now when you're hooking up, connect the positive to the positive terminal on your battery first. The clamps have a really good bite to them. They stay in place quite well and the teeth get a good grip. Then do your negative, and then we can take our wall outlet, the plug that is, and plug it into our wall outlet. The cord is a bit short, but whenever you plug it in, the battery charger will light up. It'll illuminate orange there briefly in the standby mode, and since we're connected, it's going to kind of auto detect what we're connected to, just a normal 12 volt battery here, and begin the charging cycle. So right now, it's flashing red on that first indicator right there. This will shortly switch over to the various stages here as it detects where it's charged. You can see it just clicked over. So essentially this is going to flash whenever it's between a certain range. So that first light flashing means it's below 25%. The second light flashing means it's between 25 and 50%. The third light flashing means it's between 50 and 75%. And the final light flashing means it's going to be between 75 and 100%. Now, once it is 100% charged, that will illuminate solid green, and these chasing lights here indicate that it's optimizing the battery. Once that's done, those will turn off, and then we don't have to worry about it anymore. We can leave it plugged in or unplug it at that point. Now, I mentioned this is going to work with 12 volt, 6 volt, and 24 volt batteries, but there are different battery types it'll work with as well. The main button in the middle here, the mode button, that can cycle between the different modes. So it's just in the normal 12 volt state right now. Pressing that again will switch it to AGM, and pressing it again will switch it to lithium ion. Now it's important to note with lithium ion batteries, you will need a battery management system. Now as I cycle through these modes, if I press that button again, it'll just go all the way back to that standby mode. So that button, just pressing it, will cycle through all the different 12 volt modes. If you want to get to any of the 6 volt or the 24 volt modes, it's all going to be the same different options there. You have to press and hold for 3 seconds. So that will change it over into the 6. Then from there you can cycle through, and then once you get all the way through those cycles, it'll just go right back to that standby mode. So before you connect to your battery, just make sure you identify the correct battery type and select the proper mode to ensure proper charging. Now, this also has some built-in protections right here and error lights. So from left to right, we've got our over voltage error LED. That's going to illuminate solid red when the battery voltage is above the protected voltage. The next one over is going to be our bad battery error. It's going to also illuminate solid red when connected to a battery that won't hold a charge. Moving over from that, it's going to be our reverse polarity detector, which again is solid red when it's detecting reverse polarity, so we need to switch our positive and negative clamps. And then over from that is the hot LED. It will illuminate solid or flash red when the internal temperatures are too high. Now, if you have a dead battery, this also has a repair function that's going to be seen at the very bottom. To activate that, while you're in standby mode and connected to the battery, press and hold the mode button for 3 seconds, and it's going to switch over and illuminate red on the 6 volt repair mode. From there, you can just press the mode button to go to the proper battery type. So we've got 12 volt repair mode, and then it'll start blinking whenever it kicks into place. So if you've got a dead battery that you need to bring back, then this can help do that. And then for batteries with a smaller capacity or in applications where you just want to do a trickle charge, 50 amps is going to be a lot. Now, for some bigger batteries, that's going to be great because you can have a better capacity, charge them a bit quicker. But if you don't need that much, there is a slow charging mode here that's going to be the 10 amp mode. So for those batteries with smaller capacities, or for applications where you just want to do a trickle charge, press and hold that 10 amp button, and you can see it's lit up, letting us know that we're limiting our output. The other function that we're going to see on here is the supply modes. That's going to be the 12 volt supply and the 24 volt supply. While it's disconnected from a battery, press and hold the mode button for 3 seconds to kick it over into those supply modes. And that basically converts this from a battery charger to a constant voltage DC power supply. So we can use this now to power different 12 volt devices, such as seat heaters, maybe a tire inflator. And while your vehicle is maybe going through a battery repair or replacement, you can use this to power the vehicle's onboard computer and help it retain settings during that battery replacement. Both plugs go into the side of the unit here. So the AC plug just plugs into the unit and the wall from there. This is going to be a fairly short cable, only 72 inches long, so just be sure that you maybe have an extension cable or are close enough to a wall where you can actually use it. Then for the actual clamps that go to our battery, these are going to be quite a bit longer, coming in at 5.5 feet in total length. And these feel like really high quality cables. Something I kind of like about them is these pieces right here, these plastic pieces that can slide along the length of the cable. So if you don't need all of this slack to be moving independently, you can kind of bind it up together or flip it around. You can let these move a bit more independently from each other. Again, functionally, it's not going to change all that much, but it's just a nice construction thing that lets me know that NOCO put a lot of thought into this and the materials feel really high quality. Speaking of high quality materials, the whole unit here is a resin cast construction. It's going to be really resistant to water. So if you've got it in an onboard application, it's going to help it stay operational and in good condition. Now, for that onboard application, if you did want to mount it up somewhere, there's 2 slotted holes at the top and bottom, and your kit does come included with 2 self-tapping screws. So if you had somewhere on your vehicle to mount this up, you could, or maybe just mount it up on the wall in your garage. I think something like this is very handy to have around, especially in a garage application, because it works with so many different types of batteries. So if you've got a lot of equipment that you're working with, something like this is good to have on hand, mounted up, ready to go. If you do use it in a more mobile setting, it does come with a really high quality carrying case with a spot molded for the charger itself and a zippered pouch up top for the cords. In here you can see we've got a ton of different extra cords. So if you didn't have a typical outlet like we do here in America, then you've got all those other options as well, different adapters to make that work. Then everything can just store inside of that zippered pouch pretty easily. I'm not folding it all up super nice, but it does fit, zips back up. It's got a nice hard shell right there. And then when I zip this out, the whole outer shell is a soft to the touch, but still rugged material with a good carrying handle. So you can keep this on hand wherever you need it, bring it around, and it's going to keep everything together. And that's really all there is to it. NOCO makes a lot of really great battery charging solutions, and this one is no different. It's going to work with a wide range of different batteries, and with that 50 amp output, it's going to work with larger capacity batteries too. That being said, if you don't need something this big, there are lower capacity versions available. Be sure to check our website for all the different options available, but that's going to be for the 50 amp option here. If you need that kind of capacity and that kind of output, this can get you that for those 6 volt, 12 volt, and 24 volt battery solutions. Anyway, that'll do it for our look at the NOCO Genius Pro 50 amp smart battery charger here at eTrailer. Thanks for watching.